Hey everybody, meteorologist Jim Rinaldi here, taking a look at this severe weather threat for the southeast tomorrow, and this looks like a legit severe weather threat coming across, particularly Alabama into Georgia, parts of South Carolina as well, but I'm really concerned about parts of Alabama and Georgia. Here is our dew point map. This is valid at, what is this, 1 p.m. tomorrow, and here is our low pressure. Here's our trough, our front coming down, and look at this surge of high dew point air coming across here. This is between 65 and 70 degree dew points all the way up here through this region here. So a lot of lift, a lot of moisture coming into the area. Our low level jet. Now this is 925 millibars, and as we go forward in time, as we go to the latter part of the afternoon, this expands and gets stronger. As it's coming across. It's a decent jet as it is here already, but it expands and gets stronger as it moves northeastward. 850 millibars, very strong jet across parts of east central Alabama into a good part of northern Georgia, southern Georgia as well. And you can see here the winds are south-southwest here, becoming more southwesterly here. 700 millibars, we go into more west-southwest. We have good turning of wind with height across that area. Very easy to see that the wind is definitely veering as we're going forward in time. I'm sorry, as we're going up in the atmosphere. 300 millibars. Now, this is very interesting here. We actually have two jets here. We have one down here and one up here. And this region in here, from parts of Mississippi across Alabama and into Georgia, are going to be in very good locations for strong lift. Because we're going to be in the left front quadrant of this jet and the right rear quadrant of this jet. So a lot of lift, and we have obviously very good divergence across this area as well. So there's a lot going on dynamically here. I know there's some concern that, morning cloud cover from convection could put a damper on things. I think these dynamics are going to overcome that without any problem. The cloudy clear rule is pretty much only valid in the lack of strong dynamics, and we have strong dynamics. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. We'll look here at our instability. This is our Cape. And, this, of course, this is at 1 p.m. It'll be, moving east-northeast as the day progresses. And we have, very unstable conditions here. 3,000 plus joules per kilogram Cape here, well over 2,500 across here. So that's not a problem. And we have basically no convective inhibition. So, pretty much everything is set here. The table is set. Here is our energy helicity index between 0 and 3,000 meters. Very high across here. Anything above 2, you're looking at the chance of some moderate tornadoes. Here we have well over 3, going to 4 or 5, up in here. So, that's not an issue. Now we'll but we'll look at the 1,000 meter. And where it overlays, that's where you're really looking for your tornado threat. And you can see in here, it's the strongest in here, right along the border, but they're still pretty good across parts of northern Georgia and into here and into South Carolina as well. So, just because these areas are not completely covered with red doesn't mean you're out of the woods. Okay? But I think if you're looking for your strong, long track tornadoes, this right in here, I think, is going to be your best bet. Right about in there is where I'm thinking for that. The way it looks now, according to this model. Here is our bulk shear, 500 millibar bulk shear. And you don't want to see these types of values down where you want your severe weather. I've seen many times where shear is too strong and it just basically tears the storms apart. But with the numbers we're looking at down in here, with between 35 and 50, that's about what you wanted at, combined with those Cape values. So everything is lining up in here. Here, oops, let's see here. We have to expand this out a little bit. Or just move it. There we go. Here's our, this is a sounding out of Montgomery, Alabama. I mean, yeah, this is about as perfect as you get for a sounding. This isn't, I don't think this is showing the wind shear as much as it's going to be. But when you have this type of a leaning sounding with this amount of cape value, and some turning of the wind, you're looking at a dangerous situation. Now we have the V-notch down here at the surface, so some of these strong winds aloft will be coming down. We're looking at very strong straight line winds, as well as a tornado threat. So that's a major problem there. And here is the sounding out of Atlanta. And pretty much we're looking at the same basic idea. We're looking at, that leaning sounding with the cape value. Well, now they're a little bit better turning of wind on this here. You can see it's pretty much due south here. It goes to about west-southwest as you head up. So, like I said, I don't know if this is catching this as much as we're going to be seeing. So, that's something to keep an eye on. As we go forward and the, new model soundings come out, if we start to see more turning and more of that classic, U-shaped hodograph. Over here. Okay, we'll go back here and slide ourselves back over. We're back to the start here. So that's it. SPC's moderate risk area is let's see if we can draw this on here. I thought I had it on the put it on the thing, but I guess I didn't. Moderate risk area is basically in this area in here. This is where their moderate risk is. And I think if there's going to be a high risk, this is where I think I would put it. Right about in here. Little area of high risk in there. If, and it may be warranted, it's that's high risk is always a tough call. Because that's when, you are as certain as you can possibly be that there is going to be, major problems, and so that's always a tricky call. But I certainly agree with the moderate risk, and I could not argue against the high risk in that area that I had. All right, that's it. We'll see how this unfolds as we head over the next few model runs and head into the day tomorrow. If you are in the southeast, be prepared to take shelter and take all precautions. Meteorologist Jim Rinaldi, have a great day.